Hello everyone, this is Yuri from LucidLMS, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create, customize, and prepare your course for online. If you have installed demo content in the previous installation step, you will be able to see that you get a full premium theme with fully loaded demo content and even some sample courses that you can use and see how they're set up and model your own courses after. So first of all, you will see that a few pages have been created. There's the course page, which lists all your courses by category. There's the instructors page, which lists who creates these courses, who teaches them, if there's more than one. There is blog, which is very common for WordPress, and there is the student profile, where the courses are listed. So first of all, let's see what your students will experience when they come to your website and want to go through a course. Let's choose one called Short History of Empire State Building. This is one of the demo courses you get with our standard package. You will see a few things about the course page. There's the name, the category, the description, the instructor information. There is some meta information like the price, whether certificate is issued, and the curriculum. In order to start, we have to enroll into the course. So let's say enroll now, and since it's free and I'm already logged in, I'm enrolled immediately. Now we can go through each of the lessons and try to pass the course. First of all, introduction lesson contains text and images, but you can also embed videos from any popular video hosting websites. There's also an option to discuss this lesson. If you enable discussions in the backend, you will be able to offer your students ability to discuss questions, thoughts, and other things about this course. It functions as pretty much any discussion forum, and works because we've been able to integrate with a plugin called BB Press. You can set up a topic here. Let it be first topic. Oops, submitted accidentally. All right, first topic, and then body of the question would go here. All right, and then hit submit, and a topic will be created. Others can reply to this topic and just be social about your course. Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back into this lesson. So they have gone through the lesson, and to be able to complete the lesson, they have to hit the complete button. Let's go further. As I've said, you will be able to use rich text, images, or videos in your lessons, or pretty much anything that's embeddable. For example, if you have a slideshow that you want to embed from SlideShare, you will be able to do that as well. If you don't want students to do what I do and just scroll down and hit complete on each one, you will be able to set up a timer in the back end that will require a minimum so many minutes before complete button appears. That way you can ensure that the student had spent at least so much time on the page and read into the lesson. All right, let's complete the last lesson and look at what we get with the quiz. Complete this lesson, and then let's go through the quiz. Start the quiz. You will have three types of questions you will be able to use. One is single choice, another is multiple choice, and then finally just a free text input where they will be able to give you a few paragraphs of their thoughts, which are not evaluated at this point. So let's try to pass this quiz. Next, when did the construction begin? I think the first one is correct. and then what is the cultural significance of Empire State Building? And this is something they can use their imagination for, right? So let's put something, okay? Let's do next. Before the quiz is submitted, they're given a review page where they can see whether everything they have answered is correct, and if they did spot an error, they can go back to each question and correct that. So we'll complete for now, see what we got. Hey, everything's correct. Cool. So quiz is passed, and we've gotten the congratulations notice, and now we can use and download our certificate. Click here, we get a downloadable PDF, which they can print. It has the name of the student who had passed, it has name of the course, and the instructor. Great, so this is how the experience of a student will have with the course that you build. Let's look at the theme. Most likely, the stock theme you get will not do it for you, and you will need to customize both the content and how it looks. You can easily do this by clicking Customize button on the top here when logged in as an administrative user. What you will get is a panel from the left. It allows you to edit content and appearance, and the preview on the right. Let's say you want to change something in the hero section right here. You would click hero, change background image, overlay color, if you want any at all, change the featured image over here, change the copy, and this works for any section you see on the home page or other pages. If you switch, you'll get relevant sections over here. Since WordPress 4.0, you can also edit your menus right from the Customize panel over here, as well as widgets. And you will get a list of areas and widgets on the left over here. For homepage, we get footer widgets. You will be able to add a variety of widgets over here. And if you want to learn more about how widgets work, go to WordPress website. They describe it in an understandable manner. Finally, if you want to exclude any section of the theme over here, you can do so by hiding it. For example, if advantage section is not applicable to your case, find advantage section over here, click hide section, and it will disappear. Okay. So this is how it works. The theme customization, let's move on. Let's close this, and since I didn't save any changes, I'll just leave the page without applying anything I have done so far. Let's see how Lucid Dashboard works. We recommend Lucid Dashboard as starting point for anything you do. So if you click LucidLMS in the menu and then Dashboard, that's how you get to it. Dashboard will give you an overview of everything that's going on with your courses, split by categories. It will have your structure, which you can change by dragging and dropping over here. You can even put the quiz first or second, or do whatever you think is a good idea. One of the things we advertise about LucidLMS is that it features natural workflow, which basically means that you can structure and outline your course before you actually get to work on content. And that's how we think about creating something new, right? We want to outline it first. We want to see how it will be structured and then work on the details. And Dashboard gives you ability to do that right here. When we get to creating a course, you will be able to see how that's done. Let's see what we can do with the course as far as settings. Let's switch to click settings over here. You will get a content type page from WordPress over here. You get the name, the description. You can assign categories, one or multiple, assign tags. You see the structure duplicated from dashboard. Let's look at the settings. Let's expand the settings and see what we get inside. First, you get the expiration date for this course. This is a tool that allows you to have the course available to students only so many days after they had enrolled. Let's say if you want the course only to be available through 30 days since they have purchased it, you would put 30 over here. If you put 0, it's going to be unlimited. Enable sequential logic means that you will want the students to go through the order for lessons and quizzes that you have set up. And if it's enabled as true, they will have to go through the order that you had configured. If it's false, they can just do random lessons and quizzes as they would like. Threshold type defines what is the success criteria for the course. If it's none, everyone will be given certificates no matter what. If it's each quiz individually, means that each quiz has to be passed successfully to be able to complete the course successfully. And final quiz means that only the last quiz has to be successful in order for the course to be successfully completed. Certificate template means that you can upload your own graphic work as background for the certificate. If you don't have anything like that, just use our default one. Instructors, you can assign who the instructor will be. If you want to add yourself or someone else, go to instructors page over here. And then custom certificate text is something that will appear on the certificate itself. If you want to add a message or a serial number or whatever from yourself. So that's the settings you will get on each of the courses. Let's look at the question pool. If you go to LucidLMS menu and then question pool, you will be able to see a bank of all the questions you have in your system. You can taxonomize them, you can assign them to different courses and so forth. This is done so you have a central repository of your questions, and if you use the same questions in different places, altering one will actually alter them in every course that you do. You can create questions over here. Let's say we want to create a multiple choice question. I will not be creative. I will just do a default question 1, which will be immediately added here. You can assign categories right here. Let's say manage categories, and we want to do taxonomy by difficulty. Let's say we will have 3 taxonomy terms. We'll have an easy set of questions, and then have intermediate and difficult. All right. So these will be our categories. Now, what you can do is add 1 or more categories to each questions. Let's say choose category. This will be an easy question. This would be an intermediate question, and this would be a difficult question. All right. You can actually add more categories to one question, but it depends on how you want to taxonomize them. If you want to do more flexible, you can definitely assign more categories to one question. So creating one question means that we have created an empty question. To put something in there, you can actually hit edit over here. Go to question lightbox and then put in the body of the question. Let's say, when did World War II start? And let's give some options for them, right? Oh, this is actually a multiple choice. All right, so this is a bad example, but let's say it's 1939, which is the correct answer. Let's say 1942. Another would be 1914. Another would be 1967, and this would be correct. Okay. Since this is a multiple choice, you can pick 2 or more to be correct, but in this case, let's say this will be correct. Save changes, and now you get a question. You can pull in these questions from courses page. I will show you how to do that later. But again, question pool is a central repository for all the questions where you can manage them, you can change them, or create new ones. Well, let's actually try to create a course and see how that works. Let's go back to dashboard. We get courses we see. We can create a course right from here. Let's say this would be an introduction to history of aviation. Okay, let's create one. Immediately, an empty course is created in the other category and as a draft. Okay, let's expand it. There's nothing here. Now would be the time to think, okay, so how do we structure this? What do we want to tell in this course? Let's say the first lesson is going to be just a general introduction. Okay. Next, let's tell about first attempts. Just create that one. Let's say we want to also create a lesson about aviation in World War II. And let's do a separate lesson on the Wright brothers. And then a final quiz. All right, so we got a general structure for our course here. But then we noticed that we should really tell about the Wright brothers before World War II or before first attempts. So let's just move this over here. And we get an updated, instantly updated course. So if we wanted to publish it now, we can go ahead and publish and see how it looks on the front end. Let's go to the front end. And we see that it immediately appears on the course page in the category Other. There's nothing to it yet, but technically this is a course that anyone can take. Let's go back and try to see what we can do about it. Let's hit Settings, add some description over here. I'm usually cheating because I'm using Wikipedia, but for the demo purposes, I guess it's all right. Go to text so we don't inherit any links or any other format, and it looks pretty over here. Let's set it to category of world history. Let's set a featured image, which I had pre-selected for this. I actually prepared for this screencast. Set this as a featured image. We already have the structure over here. And then general settings, leave this default, enable sequential logic true because I want them to go through my order. Let's say threshold type will be only the final quiz because that's the only one we have, and the instructor will be Jane Maurice. And then leave everything else intact. Update. All right. Let's hit update, and now refresh it over here, and let's see what we get. World history, where our course is now. Now, this looks like a much better representation of the course. We got the little thumbnail over here, we got the description right here, and we can enroll. So when we click enroll, we get to see the page, but right now the lessons are empty. So what you can do about that is go back to dashboard, and let's work on some content. Let's see, introduction to aviation. Let's say we want to edit lesson introduction, hit edit on the lesson, you will be taken to a new page where you can work on that. And let's see, let's copy something off of Wikipedia again, cut and paste here, and you get a very nice text over here. If you want to add any media, say add media here, choose something from your library, or upload an image from your computer, which is probably be the case for you. Choose an image to insert, and this works pretty much as any WYSIWYG editor you would meet. I'm sure you're familiar with how everything works over here. Anyway, if you wanted to set up a duration for this lesson, let's say this will be, we want students to be here for at least 5 minutes. Let's say 5 minutes, and update the lesson, and it will now appear as a complete lesson. In the same manner, do the rest of the lessons, and then final quiz you would edit by hitting edit on the final quiz, and then you can either create your own questions here, which will later appear in the question pool, or insert from question pool. So we can either pull in individual questions over here, or we can pull in one by one. I'm sorry, individual or by category. If we wanted to pull in all difficult questions, we would select difficult category, and everything from difficult will be pulled in. Let's say we want to include all other questions, right? In the category, insert options, and you get all of these questions in your quiz instantly. That's how beautiful it is. Update the quiz, and you should be all set. And now it's a course that's ready to be enrolled in. That's a short history of how you could create courses. But how do you track students' progress, right? That's a good question. Let's go back to dashboard, and now from LucidLMS menu, let's choose scorecards. Scorecards are basically instruments that reflect one student's progress for one course. So you would get the name of the course, the name of the student, what the status is, whether it completed or started or whatever, and when it was started and when it expires. If we go inside a scorecard, we will be able to see more precisely how the progress went. So actually, let's not do this. Let's see a completed course. Let's use this one. We'll be able to see that the student passed course assembling internal engines, download certificate. If you want to deliver it by hand for some reason, then you will get lessons that they have completed. We get time 0 because there wasn't a timer there. And then we get to the final quiz, which have completed, and we can see individual results for the quiz the student had gotten. As we can see, each one is incorrect. So if they have questions why didn't get the certificate, you can look at the scorecard and tell them why. You can actually do reports with the scorecards if you filter by date, by course, by course type, by course name, by students, and by status. So if you wanted to see, for example, all completed courses for October 2015, we would do filter October completed and see which courses were completed and by whom in October of 2015. And we can see that these courses and these students have completed them. So that's how scorecards work. You can even download a CSV report for your internal review or for your records. And then finally, let me show you how to set up a course for purchase if you want to sell it online. First of all, you should enable registration from outside. As you can see, we throw you a notice that registration from outside is disabled, which means the students will not be able to register in the system and thus cannot enroll into the course. you can click this link over here or go to the WordPress settings and click this option over here, and anyone can register. And then just update. Then, because we integrated with a wonderful e-commerce system called WooCommerce, you need to run the wizard on WooCommerce to set up your currencies, your method of payment, and things like that. Let's go read through this. This gives you general information on how WooCommerce works. Where's your store based? I am currently in Ukraine, but let's say this would be United States. Boom. Oh, and then I have to choose a state. All right, let's do Florida, US dollars, and then WooCommerce makes you choose some physical measures, but for us it's not going to be relevant, but we still should set it up because that's part of their system. If you want to ship products, you can do that, but in our case we won't be. If you want to charge sales tax, you can also do that. And then you can set up your payments, and you can use PayPal, Stripe, whatever's out there, Braintree. We'll be able to set that up later, and I will provide a link to how to do that within WooCommerce. But let's say let's do payment via checks to be able to do that more quickly for demo purposes. All right, so that's it. We can go back to our WordPress admin section and assign a price to the course we just created. Let's go back to dashboard. Introduction. Here's our history of aviation. Let's click settings. General settings. Sorry. One of the things you should do, and this is mentioned in previous video, is to enable integrations with WooCommerce. This is something I forgot to do before this, but if you go to LucidLMS/settings, and then go to tab called WooCommerce, make sure you enable integration with WooCommerce. Then you will be able to set prices to your courses. Okay, going back to dashboard, introduction, history of aviation, then back to settings. All right, takes a little time to load. All right, cool. So you see that sell line had appeared. Let's create a product for it because no product had been created yet. And now that the product has been created, let's just put in a price. Let's say this course will cost $9.99. Okay, and all you have to do is hit update. Now, what will happen on the front end over here is when your students come to enroll in your course, they will be able to register, and when enrolling in course history of aviation, they will see that it costs $9.99. Let me log out and show you how that will work. Great. So now I'm not logged in. Let's say I'm on your website and I've seen this course that I'm really interested in, Introduction to History of Aviation. When I click Enroll Now, it will take me to the checkout page where they will be able to put in their credit card information or PayPal information, or depending on how you configure your WooCommerce. And then they will buy it. They will automatically be enrolled and start your course. That's it. That's a brief introduction into how to work with LucidLMS. Let me know what you think. There is a help section on our website, LucidLMS.com. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them through that, or just ping us to say hello. We'd love to talk to our customers. Bye-bye.